My name is Evelyn. I'm 67 years old, and for the past decade, I thought my life had settled into a comfortable, if somewhat lonely rhythm. After my husband passed away 5 years ago, I found solace in routines. The morning light filtering through the lace curtains, my garden where I grew roses and herbs, the quiet hum of my radio on soft classical music. Yet, beneath the calm surface, there was a quiet ache, a longing for connection, for something new, but also a fear that at my age, life was no longer full of surprises. One chilly autumn afternoon, the wind tugged at the edges of my scarf as I shuffled to the mailbox at the end of my driveway. The leaves crunched beneath my shoes. Among the usual bills and advertisements was a small, hand-addressed envelope. It was an invitation to a neighborhood gathering I hadn't known was happening. Curious and a bit hesitant, I decided to go. The gathering was hosted at a local community center, a warm room filled with faces both familiar and new. The smell of fresh coffee and cinnamon pastries filled the air. I found a seat near the window and watched as neighbors exchanged smiles and stories. Then he arrived, a new resident, recently retired from a long career as an architect. He carried a gentle demeanor, his eyes kind and thoughtful. As introductions were made, he sat beside me and started talking about his passion for gardening, architecture, and quiet afternoons spent reading by the fireplace. We talked for hours that day, sharing stories about our lives, dreams, and even regrets. His presence was a balm I hadn't realized I needed. His laughter was infectious, and his kindness genuine. Over the following weeks, Tom and I grew closer, not just as neighbors but as companions who understood the beauty of simple, shared moments. We started meeting for walks in the park, visiting local art galleries, and sometimes just sitting quietly watching the sunset from my porch. One evening, as the amber sky deepened, Tom surprised me with a small gift, a book of poetry by my favorite author. "I thought you might like this," he said softly. It wasn't the gift but the thoughtfulness behind it that touched me deeply. Our friendship blossomed slowly, built on trust, laughter, and shared silences. It reminded me that at any age life can surprise you, that it's never too late to open your heart to new beginnings. Tom never pressured me or rushed anything. Instead, he taught me that companionship could be quiet, comforting, and still filled with joy. One crisp winter morning, as we walked through a frost-kissed garden, Tom took my hand in his. "I'm grateful we found each other," he said. I squeezed his hand and smiled, realizing that in this unexpected friendship, I had rediscovered myself, my strength, my joy, and my capacity to hope. Life had not ended after loss. It had only just begun a new chapter, richer and more beautiful than I could have imagined.